Welcome back to the Filthy Rich Guide. Whenever I purchase a new piece of art, I'm reminded of the age-old question. Is it art just because I hung it on the wall? That's just silly. It's art because I paid a bundle for it. This is the Filthy Rich Guide to building your art collection.
Edvard Munch's The Scream, $119.9 million. Francis Bacon. Studies of Lucien Freud, $142.4 million. Picasso's Women of Algiers, $179 million. These are the most expensive paintings ever sold at auction. And if you want to see them on your filthy rich walls, you better be ready to pony up.
So the thing about the art game is it's not a game for millionaires anymore. It's a game for billionaires. Art auctions go into the hundreds of millions of dollars.
The Filthy Rich also has the ability to kind of define what art is. Something that might be trash, like an old Starbucks cup. If somebody spends $1 million on it, all of a sudden it becomes art.
Don't be silly. No one would spend $1 million on a coffee cup when they can spend nearly $250,000 on a dirty, stinky bed, like filthy rich ad guru Charles Saatchi. He paid big bucks for British artist Tracy Emin's installation, My Bed. The piece consists of her real bed after a long, eventful night.
What does it consist of? A dirty duvet cover, some old cigarettes, and used condoms.
But this homage to a dirty night between the sheets helped collector Charles Saatchi clean up. Big time.
He paid $235,000 for her dirty sheets. Then, he sold it for more than $3 million.
It wasn't even covered in gold.
Too bad, because we all know gold can make any art more beautiful.
You've all heard of the goose who laid the golden egg? Well, there's an artist who sold his gold-plated feces for $500,000.
That gold-laying goose is named Terence Coe, who sold his piece at an international art show in 2007.
When you hear an art collector spent $500,000 on crap, you don't expect it to literally be gold-plated crap.
Some filthy rich collectors look for art that imitates life. And why shouldn't it? When your life is awesome, just ask lucky billionaire Peter Brandt, who found artistic inspiration in his supermodel wife, Stephanie Seymour.
Peter Brandt allowed an Italian artist to make a sculpture of his wife, topless, cut in half, mounted on the wall like a hunting trophy.
Talk about the ultimate trophy wife.
When you commission a sculpture of your wife from a famous artist, you're not just saying, I buy art. It's my life is art. My wife is art. I'm going to preserve this for the ages.
But this masterpiece isn't a one-of-a-kind. Italian artist Maurizio Catalan sculpted 3 nude replicas and enticed a fellow billionaire to break out his checkbook.
So, who's the rich guy who wants the statue of some other guy's wife?
That guy? He's billionaire art collector Francois Pinault, who later sold it to Israeli businessman Jose Mugrabi for $2.43 million.
I mean, listen, it sounds creepy, but, you know, go to the Louvre or the Met and you walk around, you see the Mona Lisa, the Venus de Milo. Those were probably some rich guy's wife. I think history will tell where Stephanie Seymour stacks up.
But investing in the art market isn't without its risks, because some pieces don't just appreciate, they disintegrate. Just ask billionaire Steve Cohen.
Steve Cohen bought Damien Hirst The Physical Impossibility of Death in the Mind of Someone Living. You might recognize it as The Shark in Formaldehyde.
Not only is this a piece of art, it's also kind of become a legend in, like, the finance community and the hedge fund community.
Sadly, shortly after he was done adding zeros to the check, Steve found out this asset was toxic.
Unfortunately, when he spent millions on it, it was already rotting.
The shark started to decay, and they actually had to replace it.
Cohen wound up on the hook for another $100,000 to inject the replacement shark with formaldehyde. But at least this acquisition won't be dead in the water. Coming up, which billionaire art collector deserves a place in the Filthy Rich Hall of Fame?